Hello students, you must be familiar with the concept of integers and their representation on number line. As we all know, it has 0 in the middle, negative numbers on the left side and positive integers on the right side. This number line is laying flat. This position is called horizontal position. When we move towards the left of the number line, the value of the number goes on decreasing. And if we go towards the right side, the value of the number goes on increasing. Now let's represent the same number line in a standing position. This is called vertical number line. There is 0 in the middle. Above it we have positive integers and below 0 we have negative integers. When we go up in this number line, the value of the number goes on increasing. And when we move downwards, the value of the number decreases. Now let's see what happens when we keep both horizontal number line and the vertical number lines together. On the left side of the slide, the horizontal line has been highlighted in pink. This horizontal line is called X-axis. There is a golden rule which we have to follow. When we move on X-axis, we will travel by car only. The car can go towards the left side from 0 or it can go towards the right side from 0. Now let's shift our attention to the right side of the screen. Here the vertical line is highlighted in green color. It is called Y-axis. Always remember that when we move on Y-axis, we will travel by plane. It can either go up or it will fall down. So always keep in mind that on X-axis we will travel by car and on Y-axis we will always travel by aeroplane. Now we see what happens when we place both X-axis and Y-axis together on the plane surface. This is called an XY plane. Always remember that our house is on point 0. Both car and aeroplane are parked in our house, which is also called origin. Always remember, when we have to go to another country, first we'll have to go to the airport by the car. For that, you will take the car first. Then, from the airport, you will take the aeroplane. Now we see that the surface has been divided in 4 parts. They are called quadrants. In the first quadrant, X and Y axis both are positive. In the second quadrant, X-axis has negative numbers and Y-axis has positive numbers. In the third quadrant, both X and Y-axis have negative numbers. And in the fourth quadrant, X-axis has positive numbers and Y has negative numbers. So we see the first quadrant is the best area where everything is positive. And the third quadrant is the most negative quadrant where everything is negative. Now, when we go to a place, some other place, we need to have the address of that place. That address in XY plane is called the point. This point, which has both the X coordinate and the Y coordinate. Take a point. It has 2 numbers, that is 2, 4. Now 2 is the X coordinate and 4 is the Y coordinate. In the other example, the point B has -3 as X coordinate and 5 as Y coordinate. Similarly, in the third point, 6 is the X coordinate and -2 is the Y coordinate. In these examples, we will see that X coordinate will be depicted by car and Y coordinate will be depicted by aeroplane. Now let's take example of an address which is shown by a point 2, 3. First, We must remember that our house is on origin, which is shown as 0, and the coordinates are 0, 0, because both x and y, they are not moving here. Now if we have to go to some other place whose coordinates are 2, 3, we will start from our house, take a car and go by road towards the right side of x-axis. Then stop there and then take a plane. It will take us 3 steps upwards. Now we have reached our destination in the first quadrant. Now let's take another example of a point which is shown by -5, 4. First we must remember again that our house is on origin whose coordinates are 0, 0. Now if we have to go to that place whose coordinates are -5, 4, we will start from our house. Take a car, go by road towards the left side of x-axis as -5 is a negative number. We'll stop over there. Then we'll take a plane. We will take 4 steps upwards. Now we have reached our destination in the second quadrant. Now let's take one more example of the point which is shown as -6, -5. We always know, we must always remember that our house is on origin. So, and we have to go to the other place whose coordinates are -6, -5. We'll start from our house, take a car, go by road towards the left side of x-axis, and then stop. And at -6, then from that point take a plane. We'll take 5 steps downwards as -5 is a negative number. So we have reached our destination in the third quadrant. The next slide is showing us the example of the point which is shown to us as 3, -4. As usual, we'll start from origin, which is shown as 0, 0. Now if we have to go to other place whose coordinates are 3, -4, we'll start from our house, take a car, go by road towards the right side of x-axis, and then stop. And at 3, we'll take a plane. We'll take 4 steps downwards. Here we have reached our destination in the fourth quadrant. Now we see, you know that on x-axis car travels left to right, but aeroplane has no chance to travel here. We are on the road. Aeroplane will not move at all. It is fixed. It will always remain on 0. As aeroplane is represented by y, so the equation of this axis is y is equal to 0. Remember, the equation of x-axis is y equals to 0. Similarly, here the aeroplane is on position 4. The car can either go left or go right. It keeps on moving, but the aeroplane will stay on the 4th step. So the equation of this line will be y equals to 4. And in another example, there the position of the aeroplane is on -3. The car can go left or right. It keeps on moving, but the aeroplane will always stay on the 3rd step below 0. So the equation of this line will be y equals to -3. Now let us move to the y-axis. Here the aeroplane travels upwards or downwards, but car has no chance to travel. It remains fixed here. Here we can go up and down freely, but we cannot move left or right. The car will always remain on 0. As car is represented as x, so the equation of this line is x equals to 0. Again, I'd like to emphasize this thing. The equation of y-axis is x equal to 0. Similarly, when the car is on position 9, the aeroplane can either go up, go down. It keeps on moving, but the car will always stay on the 9th point. So the equation of this line will be x equals to 9. Similarly, In the third case, here the car is on position -7. The aeroplane can go up and down. It keeps on moving, but the car will always remain fixed on the 7th step on the left side. So the equation of this line will be x equal to -7. For practice, certain points are provided to you here. You need to plot them on the graph paper. Also mention on which quadrant these points lie. Lastly, tell the coordinates of the origin, which is the point from where you always start your journey. Thank you and have a nice day.